So I would like to try to read some games from this book. The problem is that the last time I tried to do that, I found a lot of mistakes in the notation. And of course, once you find a lot of mistakes on the notation, you don't know if you're playing the right move or not. So obviously, whatever I show in this video must be taken with a grain of salt, because I don't know what to do, okay? So, this is an ancient manual. I just care about it to learn it, because if I want to play in a tournament, I probably need to know this kind of theory. This is called board 1. The main line is cannon 2 equal 5, horse 8 plus 7. Obviously, I believe the problem of this notation is the real problem, right? Because the algebraic notation is quite superior, and you don't make mistake with algebraic notation. h2 plus 3, pawn 3 plus 1, and rook 1 plus 1. Okay. So here there could be this move or this move. So let's see what happens. Now he plays h2 plus 3. Rook 1 equals 6. So it's blocking the the horse from going there. Assistant 4 plus 5. I honestly call this minister, not assistant, but it's okay. Like always, there is the problem to know what happens if one plays this move. Who knows? Okay, as 8 plus 7 and elephant 3 plus 5. Here it says black chose to solidify his defense very early. However, modern day Xianqi theory suggests that moving the elephant to the central file too soon in the game would not be beneficial, as black would lose the chance to counter with a central cannon should the occasion arise. Okay, but honestly, if one doesn't make an example of what happens, how do you know that this is not the right move? Here it plays pawn 5 plus 1. Here it says charging the central pawn would be one of the main themes in the Plum Flower Springs Manual. And this is Plum Flower Springs Manual, okay. It would also demonstrate how red could attack from the central file. Red would be prepared to link the horses on the central file for the attack. Okay, obviously, in order to push this, you need to have one of these. So, however, red's intention would be too obvious, too early, and black would have ample time to organize his defense and counter-attack. Besides, black had already fortified his central file, making a direct attack on the central file difficult. These two reasons would explain why this variation, although orthodox, is not so commonly seen nowadays. I think the reason that this variation is not seen is because it ends up in a draw. And if it ends up in a draw, nobody wants to draw with white or red or whatever it is. So rook 9 plus 1, rook 9 plus 1. Questionable. The black chariot would not have any good lines of development. Rook 9 equal 8 would have been better. Okay. In the fourth board of this volume, black would choose to play pawn 7 plus 1. Okay, so it's called board. This was called board 1, but in reality it's game. Game 1, not board. And practically there is a game 3 in which there will be a different move. So after rook 9 plus 1 we have h7 plus 5, h7 or 7 plus 5. Very interesting. Red would link the horses at the central file. The link horses are known affectionately as Mandarin duck horses, as Mandarin ducks are loyal partners of life. Red would develop both horses from the central file. Okay. I honestly think that in this situation it's kind of important to understand which of the two you should move. So this one has an advantage in the sense that this cannon is still able to take back if, for example, there would be something like this, right? Tuck and tuck, attacking that. So if it takes back and you still have your cannon in the center. But in this case, when red plays this, to me it means that red wants to play this and maybe this, right? So that, I believe, is the reason of h7 plus 5. Nothing to do with ducks, also if of course the ducks can be interesting. And now there is rec 9 equals 6. And here it says in Zhu Rongxin edition of the book there was a fourth variation. Wow! Which was canon 2 equal to, which he mentioned was given in his book. However, this variation was not seen in the encyclopedia. Okay, so maybe we will see what happens in game 2, because it seems game 2 has something. Okay, so what does red play at this point? At this point he plays pawn 5 plus 1. Since the red horse was already on the central file, red could consider pawn 7 plus 1. So this one. To trade pawns and develop his horse with horse 5 plus 7. When the horse is at this position, it is known as a tiger-headed horse, and would only take 2 moves to deliver an elbow horse attack. Okay. Let's see what happens. So he played pawn 5 plus 1, right? Which is this. And now it's black turn, that play black that is white, that plays pawn 5 plus 1. Here it says traditionally it was felt it would be better for black to trade central pawns. If black chose to play rook 6 plus 5, listen, Red could counter with cannon 8 plus 1. Okay. It would lead to an awkward position where red would still have a slight advantage. Okay, so here it's given a line, and so it's kind of interesting. Let's see what happens. Okay, 9a pawn. So he played rook 6 plus 5, cannon 8 plus 1. So the pawn 5 plus 1 is not there, probably. Yeah, that's what makes it difficult to see all of this. So, probably the thing is like this. This is the position. And then he played. But then it doesn't make sense. No. Doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense because it's this. And then the guy wants to play this. And then he plays this. This makes sense. Okay. Yeah, there are a lot of variation, and so it's easy to make a mistake. So now it takes. And then there is horse 5 plus 6. That's what I don't understand. He plays rook 6 minus 3. Because he's attack. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, and he's controlling there. Or 6 plus 7. Rook 6 equal 3. Rook 6 equal to, attacking this, cannon 8 equal 9, rook 2 plus 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's attacking this now. Rook 3 minus 1. Oops. Rook 2 equal 3. Rook 3 plus 1. Rook 3 plus 1. Cannon 2 minus 1. Ho ho. Rook 3 minus 1. Pawn 5 plus 1. Rook 3 equal 2. Pawn 3 plus 1. Pawn 7 plus 1. Rook 3 plus 2. And here it says red would have the material advantage, but black would be compensated with a menacing central pawn. Red would still have a slight advantage. Okay, let me return back to the position. Okay, I think I'm nearly at the same position. It was pawn 5 plus 1, and now there was pawn 5 plus 1, that was the main line, rook 6 plus 5, that was a variation, but there is this is the rook 6 plus 5 is a 8a variation. The 8B variation, but I mean we are really losing each other, and maybe that's why it's difficult to watch them over the board, all this variation. Maybe it's easier to watch them on a screen, maybe, eh? So it seems that 8B is pawn 7 plus 1. And here it says continue from diagram 3. Diagram 3. I don't have an idea where we are. Diagram 003. Well, let's see if there is a 003. No. So I think 003 is diagram 3 probably. Boom. Manual. So 8B, 9B. In this case there is pawn 5 plus 1 or pawn 7 plus 1. Oh my god, all this variation, it's a mess. It's a mess. To understand where you are, I don't know. So let's see, let's do the 9B. Pawn 5 plus 1. Yeah, maybe next time I will do it on the screen with because it's impossible. This is a kind of really strange to understand. And let's see if I can get a little, yeah. But okay, still not right. Okay, so variation 1B. Variation 1B. So pawn 7 plus 1, 8B. And then there is 9B. It's pawn 5 plus 1, okay? And then there is 9B, H3 plus 5. Cannon 5 plus 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. H7 plus 5. Cannon 8 equal 5. H5 minus 3. It goes here. Strange. H5 minus 3. It doesn't want to go here, probably because the other guy can play this. Boom. Okay. So H5 minus 3. Then there is Rook 9 equal 8. Honestly, the book is good because I think I understood the logic now. Near the move there is B, so this is the variation 1B. And so, but it's a lot of variations. So Rook 9 equal 8, Rook 1 equal 2, and Rook 8 plus 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here it says, yeah, it seems I got it right. Incredible but true. It says red would have an advantage as there would be more space for the development of the red pieces, especially via the central fire. So this is the advantage is for red, because he has more possibilities of development of the central pieces. Okay. So we are not in the main line, we are in the variation B, and then there is also the variation 1BA. Cazzo che lavoro. I mean, clearly Jim, Ping, Ao Cheng did an incredible work. Unfortunately, it's really a lot. Maybe it's more maybe it's easier to have it on a computer than on a chessboard on a book. Too many variation, in my opinion, make it a little difficult like this. And maybe also the format. It should be a different format, probably. I think the format of Porreca makes more sense. Let me show you. So I bought this book a very long time ago for maybe $1, because otherwise I wouldn't have bought it, because it's an opening book, I don't need it. And the format is this, that maybe can be seen in column. It makes much more sense, in my opinion, because then each column has a little number, for example, for a note, and then you go to see the note and the variation there. But at least it's more clear to follow, in my opinion, because this book is kind of difficult to follow. Now I have to return back, get the right variation, and go to the BA variation. Let me try. Okay, I got just a little earlier than the variation itself, 0.5+1, and now we have 0.7+1, and the variation BA, before we saw 0.5+1, now this is 0.7+1. Here 0.5+1, 0.7+1, elephant 5+3. Rook 6+5. Oops, sorry, I made a mistake. I put the rook 1 in 4, but in reality I think it was this in a move, previous move. Oh, wait. Let's check. Yeah, sorry, rook 9 equals 6. Okay, my mistake. So rook 6+5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, and rook 1 equal 4, okay. Then cannon 5+3. No, this doesn't make any sense. Because it gives check. So horse 7+5, rook 6+3, king 5 equal 4, cannon 8 equal 5, cannon 8 equal 5, rook 6+5, okay. Rook 9 equal 8, attacking here. Cannon 2 equal 1, and this ends this variation, and it says red would still have a slight advantage. Wow. And now let's try to go to the main line and hope that we are able to finish the main line. So here I want to show the line from the beginning, because maybe through repetition one learn. Cannon 2 equal 5, h8+7, h2+3, pawn 3+1, rook 1+1. Now this is why it's confusing, this manual, because now I'm changing half page So one must find the position of the next move. Maybe if the moves were written in bold, that would have been easier. H2 plus 3. H2 plus 3. Rook 1 equals 6, blocking this from going. Okay. A4 plus 5, okay, to block this from going here, maybe. Or what? Or maybe it's just creating thickness between this cannon and the king. H8 plus 7. Elephant 3 plus 5. Pawn 5 plus 1. Rook 9 plus 1. H7 plus 5. Rook 9 equals 6. This is the move I missed before, and instead of this move I played this, and that was a mistake. So this was the move, okay? Rook 9 plus equals 6. Then we have pawn 5 plus 1. Again, a change of page, difficult to find the move. One could miss it. Sorry, it's the truth. Pawn 5 plus 1. And here you have the continuation, the main line. Oh, finally we got to the main line, which is again 1 page and a half away from the variation, so that's why it makes it difficult. The main line is pawn 7 plus 1, to which there is cannon 8 plus 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here it says, this is a questionable move. Black would be better with pawn 5 plus 1, or even horse 7 plus 5. Advancing the black cannon to red pawn rank and then to capture the red horse would result in a loss of initiative. Okay, let's see what happened. Pawn 7 plus 1, okay. And here it says cannon 8 equal 5. Oops. H3 plus 5. Elephant 5 plus 3. Cannon 5 plus 3. Boom. And here at this point 2 variations were discussed. Thank God there are only 2 variations. Cannon 5 plus 3 and cannon 8 plus 7. No. This is why I tell you guys there are some mistakes. In reality it's not cannon 8 plus 7, it's cannon 8 equal 7. And so that variation is on page 10. Instead of capturing the pawn immediately, red could consider rook 6 plus 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To control black's pawn rank, and also to prevent the black elephant from returning to the center of fire. Boom. Okay, so let's see what happens. We were at move 12, cannon 5 plus 3, and now there is H3 plus 5. Cannon 8 equal 5. Cannon 2 equal 5. And here there is variation 1C, but let's see just the main line. So I try to finish this thing because we are already at 29 minutes, and I think there are some people contacting the helpline because it's too long. Okay, cannon 5 plus 2. If elephant 3 minus 5, And here there is horse 5 plus 6. Horse 5 plus 6. Strange. Okay. Red could also consider developing his left chariot with rook 9 equal 8. Yeah, this definitely makes more sense, because the chariot, or rook, like I would call it, in Chinese chess is strong like a queen in chess. So to take it out, it's tremendously important, I think. Okay, so we did h5 plus 6, and now there is rook 6 plus 3. 1, 2, 3, attacking this. h6 plus 8, trying to give this check. Rook 6 equal 3. Rook 9 equal 8. Rook 1 equal 4. Rook 6 plus 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Check. Cannon, sorry, not cannon. King 5 equal 4. Rook 8 plus 3. 2, 3. Rook 3 minus 1. Blocking this. Cannon 5 equal 9. So there is nothing more to do in the central file. The cannon goes on the side. h5 plus 3. Well, it seems there are a lot of moves here, but no explanation. h8 minus 7. Okay, so it blocks this. King 4 equal 5. Because it opened that. Pawn 3 plus 1 to stop this from moving. h3 plus 5. Okay, attacking this. h7 minus 5, blocking this from giving checks. Rook 3 plus 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Rook 8 equals 7. h5 plus 3. Cannon 9 plus 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Pawn 7 plus 1. Why? To develop this. Because we are at move 25 and this is still there. Yep. So pawn 3 plus 1. Elephant 5 plus 7. And here I think what happens? We are at move 26 and it says it would become a drawish situation on the board. And now there is a variation too that I will try to see so we understand. Just a moment. Okay, I start again from the beginning because at move 12 there is another variation. And why I start from the beginning? To try to memorize this line. Cannon 2 equal 5, h8 plus 7, h2 plus 3, pawn 3 plus 1, rook 1 plus 1. Then there is h2 plus 3, rook 1 equals 6, and a4 plus 5. Then we have h8 plus 7. Elephant 3 plus 5. Pawn 5 plus 1. Rook 9 plus 1. This is important. because after h7 plus 5 there is rook 9 equals 6, and before I made a mistake, rook 1 equal 4. So we are at move 7, okay? Now move 8, pawn 5 plus 1, pawn 5 plus 1, okay. And now move 9, which is the main line. Main line is pawn 7 plus 1, pawn 7 plus 1, cannon 8 plus 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, but we remember that is not such a great move. Pawn 7 plus 1, cannon 8 equal 5, h3 plus 5, elephant 5 plus 3, cannon 5 plus 3. Oops, bel colpo, nice move. So this was the main line, but there is another move, which is cannon 8 equal 7. So let's see this move, cannon 8 equals 7, because it's kind of interesting. It's the variation 2. Cannon 8 equals 7, so it's attacking this. h3 plus 5. Rook 9 equal 8. Cannon 2 equal 5. Rook 6 plus 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pawn 5 plus 1. h5 plus 7. Oops. Yeah, this is a good thing, because if we return back it was lost. So why I can go here? Because this file is kept by this, right? So that's kind of important. Okay, so let's see. Rook 6 plus 3. Rook 6 plus 3. 1, 2, 3. Cannon 5 plus 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. h5 7 plus 5. Rook 6 uguale equal 5. Pawn 5 plus equal 4. Pawn 5 equal 4. Cannon 7 equal 5. Okay, cannon 7, because it's giving check, that's the problem. You see, the check is here. Unfortunately, there is not the symbol for check here, so it's a problem. Cannon 7 equal 5, pawn 4 equal 3, a6 plus 5, and cannon 5 plus 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And here it says red sacrifices horse for an attack along the central file, and black choose to trade cannons. From here on it will be a drawish situation. Okay, it's a drawish situation. Elephant 7 plus 5. Pawn 3 plus 1. Rook 5 equal 3. Rook 5 equal 3. Oops. e3 minus 5. Rook 3 equal 1. No. Sorry, mistake. My mistake. Equal 1. Okay. Rook 6 plus 2. Rook 1 equal 3. Pawn 3 equal 2. Pawn 9 plus 1. Pawn 1 plus 1. Pawn 9 plus 1. Rook 1 plus 4. Pawn 1 plus 1. Rook 1 equals 7. rook 3 -1, elephant 5 goes to 7, pawn 3, pawn 3 +1, and e7 -5. And this is written as a draw. Probably there is another variation, but I mean we are at more than 40 minutes, right? Yeah, so let's stop here. And this was board 1 that I would call game 1 of this book called the Plum Flower Spring Manual. Obviously a beautiful book. It's a little difficult to follow the variations. Thank you very much for watching.